Welcome back to War in the Sea, Part 4, TTE mod. A lot more talking, a lot less gameplay. How about we switch that around? We have a nasty little full plane, Japanese full plane, who's coming for our newly Guadalcanal loaded with troops group of ships, and we have to do something about them. As I said before, we try to put a cap over all ship groups with the pretense to always give them cover and protection. A lot of people may say that a scout like this, which is a fighter scout, is not much danger. You know, he does have 2 bombs on him that I think they're still 60-kilogram bombs or something, which is like 100-pound bombs. They do damage. They'll do damage to a cargo ship. They won't do much damage to much of anything else. They can't be repaired. So what have we done to prepare ourselves for this? The first thing we did was we turned on our radar. What we're going to do as a group is highlight, target that aircraft. It's a good chance he's going to try and fly right over. He may even try to go after something. As a group, we are going to head just a little bit this way, not to confuse any issues, to be honest with you. But you know, the guns on this Tennessee are just crazy, and we want to get them a good chance to hit this guy. Drayton, I'm not too worried about it. You know, we have a Macaulay, which is filled with troops, Arthur, which is filled with troops on the side here, but if they get in that close, we're gonna have it's gonna be a problem anyway. So we're gonna switch to our cap, and for cap, I have these A20Gs, and they are attackers with a whole bunch of guns. There's only 6 on these. There were versions with more, but we're going to highlight this guy with this attack and see what happens. Now, as a group, attack means one thing. You have to make sure that they're all tagged to go after him. So, let me find a good spot for let's go with this back guy. See if we can cause issues. So he's been damaged already once, and I have a feeling this is going to be, he's either going to turn and run. Let's get a look at him, see if he really wants to do something nasty. And he's not liking it, I think. I think he wants to not participate in this endeavor, but he's gonna, and he's not gonna like it. So, good chinka. And 2 things. He's not gonna report back to the ship he came from, and whatever ship he came from does not have unlimited planes. So he's just gonna be a problem for nobody anymore. Put them back into love and send them over this way. And again, as you see, the formation looks pretty good. Again, I don't know about this evade hazards button. I've heard some bad things that it doesn't really do anything. I try not to touch it. I don't think smoke helps unless it's a surface engagement. If it's air engagement, I think it doesn't do anything but make the screen look bad. I think Ideally, it would make it harder for the aircraft to come in and attack a surface force, but in this game I don't think it does. I think if you leave it off when airplanes are coming in to attack your surface fleet, I think it might even give you a better chance to shoot them down. But who knows? So I don't claim to be an expert in this game, but yeah, it is what it is. So, alright, let's move on. Treat. 1 and 1. Okay. And these guys are going to stay over that guard. I have that Tennessee Invasion Guadalcanal force. We're just going to let that go. So let's see what comes up next for us. Beaufort. Alright, so we have a Beaufort here with, there's 4 of them and the IL have torpedoes. And it says it's an AO. So if it's an AO, we're going to send in 1 at a time until it's gone. Because if there are more, they will spawn. So where did this guy possibly come from? I don't think he came through here, because that doesn't seem to happen. I think he's just a randomly spawn generated, we'll send more cargo ships. So let's get into it and see what we have. And the first thing I'm going to do is send these guys out line abreast, if that does anything. And what do we have? We have a troop. It's not an AO. It's a cargo ship, and I believe these are transports. Older type, with the big old rising sun here. So let's take a look and see if we can find out what this thing is. So he's MS for sure. All you gotta do is look for that rising sun on the side of the ship. And there he is. You know, the MMLM thing, I guess, is kind of neat for history, because as a signalman, that's how they recognize ships at distance on their binoculars during World War II and World War I at this time. I don't think they do that anymore, of course, but for the game purposes, I see how that could be beneficial when it's visually capable. A 4-pronged trong, yeah, I don't even know if I'm doing it right. I think these are M's. MMLM. I guess that's what it is. But a Atamara. So let's tag him. He is 6,700 tons. He travels a maximum speed of 13 knots, meaning he's old. Does he have any active guns? No. Does he have any machine guns? Yes. This says if you attack him from the side, it's not going to be a great day. You might get some things in your armor. What I'm going to do is I'm going to send, first of all, these two I'm going to break off, and then I'm going to form them up, line abreast, and then I'm going to stick them to the deck. Because they have torpedoes, these big British torpedoes on them, both fighters, boom, boom, boom. What does it say about these Mark 12 torpedoes? 3,700 yards at 30 kilometers per hour. These things travel. I want them to go this way, this way, this way, and target that sky. When they get into a position I like, I'm just going to send them. What I will do is, you see how I have both these Beauforters highlighted here? They're in a group by themselves. This top group, I'm going to do a change, which is going to be to slow them the heck down and send them this way, just to keep them out of the world's love, I guess. The bottom guys, we're almost at a point when I want to, let me change that again. We'll do that. So, as you see, I have them set up in this formation. When they start to turn into the ship, they'll be at a distance, and then they'll gradually come together as they ski around this target on their own. They break them and then say attack. But I like to do it a couple different ways. First of all, I can attack right now, and they'll do whatever they do. I can break them and send one, wait a couple seconds, and then send the other, and let them do what they do. And they go in at different angles, and it makes it kind of more technical. You know, like, what are the chances of formation bombing, torpedo bombing like this thing? I don't think so. Let's see what happens here. So as they start to turn in, alright. Now what I want to do is I want to send the back one first, this guy, and then send this one. So break, bingo, and not assigned, so T attack, and then this guy is going to watch him go behind him, which is actually more realistic. And then, as we wait, this guy is going to go attack. So, what happens is that you have one coming from this direction and one coming from this direction. And of course, this guy's not going to maneuver out of the way, but what I'm trying to do is get them to focus their guns on one or the other. You see that they're shooting to this one, he's closest, but it's kind of the way the thing works, you know. Torpedoes away. Now immediately, when you see these guys lose their torpedoes, he's at 142. A lot of planes, they increase their speed and altitude. This guy is already climbing on his own. He's going to go up. Now, a Beaufort is not fast, and they're not durable. So they're going to get shut down usually, in most cases. But let's see what happens. I think the torpedo is going to be good. Well, let's see what happens when they pass over the ship. This guy's already dropped and he's good distance away, so let's see what happens. So they switch guns to shoot him in the back. See how lucky they get. So one hit, and the other one's going to hit as well, which should make that ship go to the bottom pretty easily. Let's see what the report says. Heavy. Now, my guess is that this guy is going to go into a fire mode here pretty shortly. I'm going to actually form these guys up, and they're going to go into line ahead, and then I'm going to turn them so that they just kind of loiter over there. These guys are just doing their own little thing, and I do have torpedoes for them on them if they wanted to finish him off, but I would go in with these guys with guns before I would do that. Now, this guy took 2 torpedoes. What's his status now? Heavy, no fires. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to send in these guys to try and put a fire. Now, again, back to the ship itself. this guy, he likes to shoot from the side. He can shoot from the front and the bow as well, but we would prefer to have him not do that. And what we're going to do is we're going to do this. Over on the mini map, you can say just fly right directly over him. I want orders, so we're going to go down, slow down, and form up, line ahead. The slower you go, easier it is to turn. And it also means that your guns will stay on target longer. So they're both still targeted to this ship. I'm not going to send them in individually. I'm going to send them in as a group. And as soon as they get to the lowest point, which is going to be 60 feet, we will draw some fire, and then I'll attack, and you'll see that they'll rise back up to that 200. And what that does, and I'm actually going to turn them again, because I want them right up above the tail of that ship. I don't want them to get more guns than they actually deserve. See, there's some coming. If I go right up his wake, it's not quite as bad. So we're going really slow, right? But let's see what happens. And I got a problem because I did it like that. You got to be careful because they have a tendency to not pay attention. So because I was too close to the ship, they stayed at that 60 feet. This guy seemed to have gone up. But let's see what happens if I just let him do his thing. Okay. A nice big fire on this guy now. Let's see what that does to him. Maybe it will cause him some hate. You know, when they're separated like this as well, you can also just simply break an attack. And they come in from different angles. Yeah, it's a risk. These guys get replenished every day if you have the supplies engineering on your airfields. So it's interesting to you know, throw the dice, if you will. But again, I try not to do this, but let's see what happens. Maybe I'll survive. Got a hit. Alright, well, he's dead. So that's good. So we're gonna do another form up. You can do again with these tags here. Let's show something here. Formations. This little deal here selects an individual. You can also click here, that one aircraft. So we're just looking at this one aircraft. Now if you have a group, these two aircraft are in a group, you can hit the blue or the star up here, and that will actually allow you to command the direction of those two grouped aircraft. If they're in a group and you do that, you can still command them. But when it comes to targeting, you need to make sure that you have each aircraft targeted properly if you want them. Because if the lead aircraft, this one being with the star on it, if he is targeted and gets shot down, the other two play dumb and they don't know what the hell they're supposed to do. Another thing you can do is when aircraft are a good distance apart, as these are, you can highlight your group, hit this plus, which selects all, and then you can change your formation and hit form up, and they will all form up on the lead of that group. So that's just something that it might help people out in the game. I don't know. And these two guys back here, they will come and follow him and be his buddy again. So yeah, that's that. And yeah, we did sink that one cargo ship, so, with 2 torpedoes and a couple bullets. And for this, at the level I'm playing, I get 3 command points for that guy. So be it. More of the fun. So we're going to keep them on their route here, even though I'm going to have 2 torpedoes left on this. I think that it's beneficial to do that. Yeah, just what I'm doing. So, all right. So that's 21 minutes. We got one little deal in, and we're up to 41 points. We've passed, I think, 2 hours in the game. And this is the 4th video. I'm having fun. I hope you guys are. And again, go check out Stickman Master. He's a channel I want some people to go support. If you're watching this video and you like this game and you want to see somebody that plays it better and doesn't talk all the time like I do, maybe go watch him, because he's really good. So, all right, that's all I got for now. We'll see you next time.